morning, and it is quite early this morning. I'm up and ready, waiting to go to the cold northern lands of Blackpool. Andrew and Rob are coming to pick me up and very generously drive me on what should be about a 6-hour drive up from the south where I am to the northwest where Blackpool is. And we're going to Play Expo, which is a retro expo full of arcade machines, full of old computers, and with lots of talks from old developers. I think they're all British developers this time, and some YouTubers as well. There's a couple of American YouTubers coming over, so I'm hoping to catch their talks and get to meet them and chat to them, as well as you guys, the cave dwellers. There's going to be lots of you there, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you, chatting with you, and having a beer with you. And I've also been asked at the very last minute to be on a panel on Sunday, and it will be my first ever panel, so I'm a little bit nervous about it, but you know, what's the worst that could happen? It's just a chat, and I'm sure it will go fine, and hopefully you'll all ask me lots of nice, easy to answer questions. Anyway, I think they've just arrived, so let's go to Blackpool. We are on our way to Blackpool. 2 hours to go, about that I think. We've got driver Andrew. Hello. Shotgun, we've got Rob. Hello. What are we looking forward to in Blackpool then? Arcades?
Getting there.
Getting there, yeah. Beer. Pick an arcade game. What are you going to go for first?
Star Wars.
Star Wars, Rob?
Or Sit Down Outrun.
Sit Down Outrun? Okay, I'm going to go Robotron, I think. But not for another 2 hours. Hopefully we'll get there soon. After a 6-hour drive, we finally arrived in Blackpool, and look who I found. It's Gary! With a victory dance. Don't know how he's got the energy after that drive. So I think first port of call is the bar for a few beers. There's nothing happening tonight other than meeting whoever responds on Twitter, whoever's out there and fancies a beer, and then the show happens tomorrow. So we'll go easy tonight. Famous last words. See you later. We're in the bar and I found...
Hello, my name's Jelly and I am a cave dweller.
Hello, I'm Andrew and I'm a cave dweller.
Hi, I'm Rob and I'm a cave dweller. Hi, I'm Chrissy and I'm a quaver.
I'm a quaver dweller.
Cave dweller.
Is the best.
Okay, it's day one. We're on the tram on our way to the Norbrec for the expo. This is Chap Mod Craig, who I happen to know has never played a real arcade machine.
Never.
Looking forward to it?
I am actually, yeah.
Okay. Can we get your reaction when you've played your first machine?
Even if it's really brutally negative.
Okay, Craig, arcade virgin, we're going to pop his arcade virginity. We've made it to the Norbrec Hotel to Play Expo finally, and we've got with us Retro Tech Ralph, we've got Andrew, we've got Chrissy, we've got Chap Mod Craig,
And of course we've got Gary in his Sharp t-shirt and we're ready to play some games. And you ready to get stuck in, guys?
Oh yes.
Let's play. We're in at last and we're in the sales hall where everyone's trying to sell us everything, and we've got this man here. This is Tim. You may know him as Sanction on Twitter and in Discord as well. And he's from this company. The future was 8bit.com. What are you selling today, Tim?
Well, I'm not really selling anything, but we're pushing Rodman on all 8-bit formats and on the back end. There you go, so it tells you what it is.
Rodman. And all formats, what have you got them on the table here?
So on the table we've got Big 20, so that's on the 1701 there, glaring away.
ZX Spectrum.
Yeah, ZX Spectrum.
Oh, you got an MSX down there.
And the MSX, yeah. And then we've got the Z64 Mini, which is on the projector.
And this is Rodman, and there is a character in here called
Dirty
Tim. Dirty Tim.
That's me.
Cheers, Tim. Right, we've come somewhere quieter so Craig can tell us about the first arcade game he's ever played in his life, which was
Popeye.
And how was it for you, mate?
Distinctively underwhelming.
Right.
The other arcade cabs were good, but losing my virginity to Popeye was not so. I'm going to remember that vividly.
And you do know you had to pay for that experience?
Yes, I paid £15 to get in and play everything, and I still feel overpaid for Popeye today.
Well, there you go. One man's first arcade experience. Out of 10?
So now I've got
2, because the machine wasn't broken.
We'll try and find a better machine before the day's out. So of course a big part of Play Expo is the panels, and Andrew wants to tell us all about Task Set, who was the first panel of the day today. So Andrew, can you tell us?
So I went to the Task Set panel not knowing who they were or anything about them, and there was a bit of a delay because one of the Task Set members was stuck on the M64 or something, and it was just a bunch of, I'm going to say older gentlemen, and it was amazing because unlike most panels where it's someone pitching something they're trying to sell or whatever, these guys are really just there to talk about their history of the 3 years that was Task Set and the games they made for the arcade. They started developing for the arcade and then went on to the Commodore 64, and they couldn't keep up with the way the industry was changing, and they were even saying other companies like Psygnosis, stuff like that, were failing as well. You know, it wasn't just them.
Freeze there. Times 10. Focus on the drop.
But it was a wonderful panel because you learned something from it. A bit about the history, and it was a humbling experience. These guys had that experience in their life, and then they went on to work for other companies like Ocean or other even businesses. They're retired now, and it'd be nice to think that maybe one day in like 30 years time, maybe a bit longer, when one retires, you'll have at least a story that you could tell somebody like that and they would learn from it that's not selfish and not about those things. So Task Set Software, go out and look for their titles. You know, they looked amazing. I can't even think of the names of them.
Wasn't there Pipe Mania or Super Pipe Mania?
Super Pipeline 2, and there was a poster paster. And there's an arcade game they did, their first arcade game, and it was actually published by Century. So sorry?
The Pit.
The Pit. There you go. The Pit. So check them out. And I think they had some of their games as Mastertronic compilations, so you will be able to get hold of them.
Okay. Awesome. Pixel Vixen on YouTube. The Back Office Show. Rob.
Nothing. No channel.
So Gary, tell us what you've got for your lunch.
I got this sausage and chip, very nice.
And 6 extra sausages. Nice. So the expo's been closed to the public, and it's just me, a couple of people with wristbands, and all of this to ourselves. Another early morning at the Norbreck Cattle Exhibitio Conference Banqueti Centre, and we're ready for day 2 of Play Expo. And I met Jeff Minter last night and got him to sign a game, and I met who do I meet? Jim Bagley, and of course David Pleasance, who I mentioned yesterday. And it was great to meet them, and I'm going to go and see Jim Bagley again to look at the Spectrum Next project today, and that awesome handheld. Look at this. This is the Spectrum Next squeezed into a handheld. It's 3D printed at the moment, but it still looks really professional, and it works amazingly. It's 1,000,000 times better than the Vega Plus ever was. So I was really impressed with that. I'm really pleased that he showed me this sort of prototype. It was quite a privilege to be able to see it. And we're going to go and see the ZX Spectrum Next proper today, and then later on we've got the panel. So yeah, but first breakfast. See you later.
good. There's one here. Hi, David. Hi. Did Commodore UK have much opportunity to provide feedback in terms of product development through which to steer the range centrally? And if so, do you think you were taken seriously?
No, we did. We fed all back all the time, but they never listened. You know, the story, which I'm not going to repeat, but the story that is the most, I think, the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Most indicative of what Commodore was like is the story about the Amiga 600. When you find out about that, what we asked for and what we ended up getting, and it was an absolute travesty. But we gave them loads and loads of feedback. And I mean, we were telling them, look, we've just sold 186,000 Amiga 500s in a Batman pack. Why aren't you making the rest of Europe follow suit? Because the children and their parents are the same no matter what country they're in. It's the same principle. You should make them do it. And they never did.
Hello, my name's Neil. I'm a retro man and I have a cave, which is why my channel is called Retro Man Cave. I like to explore computer history in the cave, revisit the occasional old game. We occasionally have a live stream, and some of the live stream crew are here, Mr. Dalton over there. And my viewers are affectionately known as cave dwellers, so if any are here, hello cave dwellers.
We are on the journey home. The panel is done. I'll reflect on that in the morning for you when I processed it a bit more. And I think there was a video made of it, so I'll get some clips for you to see that. But we're on the way home now. Andrew is kindly driving us home, as he did drive us out. I think we all had a good time. What do you think? You have a good time?
Great time. Yeah, excellent.
And we all bought. I only bought a game. I bought a Psygnosis game because I want to start my Psygnosis collection. Andrew bought an Amiga 500 Plus with an extra motherboard. Rob, you bought an Electron, didn't you?
Acorn Electron, yeah.
Acorn Electron, which is proper dirty, so he's going to give it the trash to treasure treatment. And we're going to... It is proper dirty, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm not making it up. So we're going to make our way home, have a few beers, grab a KFC on the way home, I expect. And see you in the morning, guys. Cheers.
And here we are back in the cave, and I'm straight back to work with the Atari 2600 episode, which I need to get finished pretty quickly for you guys. And it's a long one, so I've got lots of work to do on that. Anyway, just reflecting on the trip, I had an awesome time. It was great to hang out with the guys I've met before, as well as new people like Chrissy, like Fairfight, like Retrotech Ralph. It was great to meet you all, and I hope we can sort of build on that crowd, and next time maybe even have a few more. And it was also great to meet all those people who just came up and shook my hand and said hello. So had a great time. Reflecting on the panel, I was pretty nervous when I got started, but as soon as that first question was out the way, I just relaxed into it. Realised I was among friends with Kim, with Dan, Adam, other Dan and Ravi, who I've mostly all spoken to before, so I felt relaxed with them. It was just nice to get the first panel done. Who knows, maybe I'll be invited back to do another one someday. If not, it's nice to say I've done it. It was a great time, and I'm off to see Ravi in a couple of weeks' time, actually, so it's quite strange to think I'm going to go and hang out with Ravi from the Retro Hour when a year ago it was and still is my favourite podcast. I didn't know them, and it's satisfying, it's strange, it's odd, it's exciting to make all these connections with people in the community and to be invited to be on these things, and I never would have believed it would have happened when I started a YouTube channel, but yeah, it has, and who knows where it will go next. So I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I hope to see you at some of those. I know some of you guys are too far away to come to them, but if you're in the UK, I hope to see you at some of these events in the near future. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Until next month's vlog, take care.